Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansala.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Argamid.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebostillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhino.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldons.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude. Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
My name is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID Stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and More.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. Sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the new channel. We are here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna, and this is The Big Picture. All right, it's an interesting time of the year. This is interesting because we are now in 2021. I don't know if you're Doing great. How have you been, ladies and gentlemen? It's the second episode of my 10th season. Can you believe it? We are now on our 10th season for this year. We started in April and now we are just trying to do our 10th season. I'm really excited to have our episode for tonight because we have a very special launching of a new show. And this is not just a show, this is the show. So I'm excited to introduce our guest for tonight. But later on, if you're watching us live right now, please do share our live stream link. You can also organize your own watch party, and you can also watch us on youtube.com/TNC now. And if you're going to watch us on youtube.com/TNC now, well, basically you can have an opportunity to get a gift courtesy of Unisol and TNC. And if you are excited to find out about the gift that I'm talking about, please watch this clip. All right, that's washable face mask worth 800 pesos, courtesy of Unisolid TNC. If you are going to watch us on youtube.com/TNC now and drop some comments in there, you can have that opportunity. And if you're living within Metro Manila, delivery is on us. We're saying hi and hello to Miss Cholita Esplana watching right now. Maraming salamat po sa panonood. Christian Hoxton and many others are watching with us. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much. And yeah. Good thing. You know, things are getting back to normal these days. If you have noticed, traffic is already back. So that means that, yeah, I think the world started to accept the reality, the new reality now, and we have just adjusted. And so, speaking of adjustment, we are in this particular time in history wherein we really have to have some sort of a change in mentality, a shift in your mentality, because the old mentality that you have used for the past so many years may no longer be applicable these challenging times. I mean, this new year, basically, and because of what happened during the pandemic, I think there should be some sort of a, change in mentality, the mindset, and the way we are giving thoughts and insights on what's happening, making sense of these things. It requires a sort of maybe higher level of the thought process. And there's no other person that is very fitting to talk about this except from our friend live from Colorado. But before I call her into the studio, let me show you a sort of a teaser that introduces her and her new show on TNC. Please watch. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, the Michelle Mras, streaming live from Colorado, the host of TNC's upcoming show, Mental Shift. Okay, hold on. Why don't you unmute your microphone so we can hear you?
Good morning.
Good morning to you there. It's what, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
4 a.m. Don't give
4
me 5. 5, I can wake up. 4 was painful.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for coming over and for really doing this. We have talked about this several times on how you can get in as part of the TNC family. But we'd like to thank you so much for doing this interview, because here we're going to talk about your show and expectations and things like that. What you plan about the program, and what they should expect when you start your show tomorrow. By the way, it should be tomorrow. So tell me something about how you have been since the last time you were here on the big picture.
Doing fantastic, but I've perfected the mental shift. So since the last time I was on your show, a lot of things have happened. I'm now part of TNC, which is exciting. So I'm very excited to be part of TNC. And then I've learned that I have forgotten all Tagalog I have ever known in my entire life.
That's interesting. I think there are a couple of times in your show that you should be doing, like magandang umaga or magandang gabi.
I can do that. I can say good morning, good night. Simple baby words.
No problem about that. But it's interesting. We talked about the program, and I would like to ask you, so that it comes from you, what's the where is this coming from? The idea of having a show specifically about mental shift.
Well, what it started as is I'm a coach for, I help people with their mindset. And this show, this mental shift, actually started as a national public radio show here in Colorado. And what I realized, it was called Conversations with Michelle. And I realized when I had people come onto the show that everyone had some epiphany in their life where they stopped doing whatever they were doing, had an epiphany, and then started doing something different and up-leveled their life. They shifted their mindset to become a better version of themselves. And so when I moved it into a podcast version, I said, okay, this is what we're going to change the name to Mental Shift, because everyone seems to have a mental shift. Even if they don't recognize that it's a mental shift, they're shifting how they view their world and up-leveling their life. And so Mental Shift is basically interviewing people or sharing stories from my life of points where you think, I can't do this anymore, or I'm miserable, or whatever negative it is, and you do, I can see it another way. And that's really what the mental shift is. Everyone has the ability to have a mental shift to an up level of their life. And sharing the stories of people who have found that shift is, one, quite inspiring, but two, gives others the knowledge that they can too.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting, but because we're talking about mental shift, what can you think of a certain event that really you really had to shift your mentality about that particular situation? Happened to you in the past? You have a lot of experiences, by the way, and I'm sure there are a lot of cases. But what's the most outstanding event in your life when you can really tell our audience that I had it, and I had to do a shift in my mentality in order for me to succeed at that?
The most affected one for me was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and that was 2017. And so I needed to shift my mentality, because when you hear the word cancer, it's basically a death sentence stamped on your forehead. So you think of all the negative things that can go on. The doctors told me I only had 3 months to live. And when you hear the words, you have cancer, 3 months to live, your first instinct would be curl up in a ball, cry, and never want to leave the house again. I had to have a mental shift to realize, if I have 3 months left, I better make it the best 3 months ever. And so that was my mental shift. And that's why I bring it to the people that I talk to and that I share with from stage and my books, is because it doesn't matter how much time you have left, as long as every day matters. And that's what my message is. It's get up, because they told me I had 3 months, and here I am working on 4 years, So no one knows the future. So live every day, every moment, cherish every one of them, so that it doesn't matter when your last day is.
That's inspiring. Now, so that we can have a sort of a contrast in here, prior to receiving the news that you have cancer and you can only live for the next 3 months, what what was your mentality about life in general? I mean, are you the kind of what kind of person were you prior to the news about the cancer?
Really the same person, but much more downplayed. So really what it did is it made me bigger and louder. I just live more with intention. So before I lived every day, I'm like, oh yeah, it's good. Now I wake up with a purpose. Now I wake up and I have my morning routine and I do things on purpose. I don't live every day accidentally waiting for things to happen. I make things happen. I plan. I have a plan. I said it in my TED talk, right? I had a TEDx. I have a plan, but I'm flexible on how to get to it, to that goal, right? Then the second one is I don't go into ruts. Whenever I start getting stuck in the same exact routine, I do something small differently so that my brain gets a little more activated. And then the third is I eat dessert first. And what I mean by that is I enjoy the small things in life. All of the small things, not just, oh, I'm going to use the fine jewelry today because it's a very fancy day. No, I'll wear it every day. I wear earrings like this every day, so enjoy the little things in life. So basically, I was a nice, happy person before. Now I'm a incredibly happy, positive person. And I like to share that with everyone around me.
Right, and it shows. I mean, it shows. And if people can do some more research about you, they will also see the difference. I mean, the aura and just by looking at you now and then, probably they can have an idea of what was then and what is now. So it's interesting.
Yet, so don't judge me yet.
Oh no, definitely say hi, baby. Okay, so now there's an extra in here. Okay, this is what happens when you have a live streaming.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about that, because many people are still into that kind of dilemma that they keep on having the same mentality about life and their goals as if they have an unlimited supply of time, which we now know that we don't have, especially in your case that when you receive that news. And then I would like to ask if you have an idea of why is that? Why do you think people feel that they always have forever in order for them to take an action, a particular goal or dream?
I believe it's human nature. I mean, we wake up, we're like, well, I was a baby and now I'm an adult, so I've got plenty of time left. I've already lived 30 years. I'm going to have another 30 years. We don't think about the end because it's not a pleasant thought. When we think of death, we think of dark and ominous and, it's scary. So we don't want to think about the scary because as humans, we go to pleasure, right? We avoid pain. So when we think of scary death, we don't want to even look at it. I'm going to live forever, right? You only live once, the young folks are saying. So it's just human nature not to look at the bad. And when people like me who have huge experiences in our life that slap us and make us realize that tomorrow is not promised, it makes us want to run out and say, tomorrow's not promised, go live your life. But for everyone else out there, that happened to you, it's not going to happen to me. The thing is, and that's what I like to share, is I thought that's not going to happen to me. That's that person. That's never going to happen to me. But in the past 3 years, I've had 8 major surgeries. My body has tried to die on me 8 times. I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
I cannot even reconcile that. Thinking about it, if it happens to me, I don't think I can even survive the first. I mean, 1, and
yes,
you have 8.
You just don't know until it happens.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
I always say I'm not special, but I'm also very stubborn. So when they tell you you're not going to live, it's like, watch me.
Oh.
Go ahead, dare me again.
That's a good use of being stubborn, right?
Yes. So if you have a child and they're stubborn, praise them for being stubborn because it will save their life one day.
Yeah, at some point they will need it. And speaking of death and life, I think I had an article that said, people have been saying, and probably many believe that, in the saying that you should live your day as if it is your last.
Yes.
And in that article that I wrote, I said maybe a shift in mentality can also help. when you believe in this saying, which I said, maybe it should be the other way around. Live your day as if it's the beginning of your forever.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? I mean, what happens if you are going to do something and you know that you will be forever having that or having to do that? Right? I mean, why will you waste your time if you know that it will be your forever? And so that for me is a sort of an example of mental shift from being negative about things or having a sort of a negative motivation to now a positive motivation, something you look forward to. What do you think about that?
I love that. And the only reason I stay to the other, when I say live, it's like it's your last days. I also say, because I think it's more compelling, speak to people like it's their last day. We're a little harder on ourselves, but if you meet people and you treat them like it's their last day on earth, you get kinder and the world becomes kinder. So your perspective of looking at everything from, live every day like this is the beginning of your best tomorrows. I love that philosophy. My only problem with that is we always want more as humans.
Yes. I think that's the limit in there.
Yeah, there'll be a constant wanting of more. And so that's where I flip it to the not the negative, but the look at it from the last.
Yeah, the other side.
Because if you look at it from the best of tomorrows, we climb. We're going to keep going, and we'll work ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But the thing about forever is it did not say that it's a good forever or a bad forever. So if it is the worst forever, I think you should do something else in order to make it like the good forever. But I think it's interesting.
Rock stars and movie stars, they have all this money and they've got the world opened up to them. What happens? Drugs, alcohol, crazy. They do crazy things because they don't know what to do with so much. But when you have someone saying it's your last day on earth, you're dying, you're terminal, they do.
Yeah.
I'm much kinder now, and they start giving things away. I mean, whatever it is, it changes you when you think it's yours last day.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, I mean, things will change if you are in that situation where you thought this is it. I mean, this is the end of it.
Yeah.
Right.
All the things you wanted to do.
So I'm going to pause for a short commercial, and then when we come back, we have a special guest to welcome you on TNC, but it's a surprise. And we're going to talk about still your show on TNC, Mental Shift, that will premiere tomorrow at this is going to be premiered tomorrow. So don't go away, ladies and gentlemen, because the big picture on TNC will be right back. Please stay on our stream. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Before I call in back to the studio our guest again for tonight, please do watch our other inspirational shows on TNC. The Big Picture shares inspiring stories of notable personalities Mondays through Fridays at 7 p.m. Human Resources Management on HR Hotline Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 12 noon. The Family Business is Everyone's Business Saturdays at 4 p.m. Life, Business, and Success Stories on the Fort Project, Saturdays, 6 p.m. Dubai and 10 p.m. Philippine time. Beauty, beyond what your eyes can see, Usapang Beauty, Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Time to hear positive testimonies from those people who recovered. COVID Stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Life Purpose and Turnaround Stories, U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Build and Own Properties, The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Laugh and Learn from Puppetry Arts Around the World, The Puppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Magbenta, bumili at tumulong dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night bazaar, Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Know your rights and the basic of the law, YOLO, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Learn more about money or learn about money and more, Tuesdays 8:30 p.m. Philippine time and 5:30 a.m. United States. Two leaders in one platform, TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. Chill and Booze After Shift, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Strategize and win in life through Win Within. Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Kids, Dream, Achieve, Nurture, and Inspire. Watch Danny Art Show, Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Learn Together Across Borders, Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Because Health is Wealth, Healthline, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Celebrate Women at Work, 9 a.m. Saturdays. Always have an awesome day, Mondays at 2:30 p.m. Cybernext empowers people and organizations to be secure in a digital space, Wednesdays, 12 noon. Now, the emerging technology shaping our future today, Tech You, Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Learn no more about market leaders on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Having a well home is having a well life. Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. More about coping and coupling couple goals Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Catch also our TNC original shows such as One Day, a live storytelling alternates with TNC Town Hall, co-hosted by TNC founders yours truly, Appleman and Sala, a show where we talk to you, our valid audience. More upcoming TNC shows that will truly, truly, truly inspire you. Please follow our channel on Facebook and YouTube and let us help you #see the new you. Don't worry, Michelle, because you are going to have the same script to read every night of your show. The world premiere of Mental Shift will happen 5th January 2021, 7:30 p.m. MST in the US po ito. No? But before I call in back our guest again for tonight, watch the opening billboard of the show Mental Shift with Michelle Mras. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of TNC's upcoming show, Mental Shift, Michelle Mras, live streaming from Colorado. Welcome back.
Maganda umaga for me, right?
Yes, and here's Magandang Gabi.
Gabi.
Magandang Gabi. Okay, now we're talking about the special guest that who will welcome you on TNC officially. This is someone probably you know. Hopefully, you know this someone. Ladies and gentlemen, TNC co-founder, Apple Manansala.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lord. Good evening. First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Of course, This is the second episode of Lloyd's The Big Picture, and on the 10th season, okay, Michelle? So no pressure at all, but of course, he's setting a very good standard for everybody. Um, Rushed, but should not be obviously rushed. So, of course, Lloyd, congratulations first, and Michelle, welcome to the new channel. We're very honored to have you. Don't worry about your Tagalog. We got you covered, that's for sure. And we will adjust, especially when we are on live. But of course, we're very excited. We're very happy. To be honest, one of the questions that I have for you is that, it seems that mental shift is a very timely, but also a very serious, and for some, it's a very sensitive topic because of our mental health, and mental health awareness also, especially now that we are on pandemic. So I just feel that your show is very, very appropriate and very timely. But I would like the people, especially those who are following Lloyd and following the new channel, to actually know more about what specifically and how the show will actually be able to help them on a daily on their daily lives, basically, and how practical watching your show can actually touch someone's life. Because I just feel, Michelle, that it doesn't have to be someone who is going through something, right? It can be just although I want to correct myself, because I actually think that everybody is going through something right now, because it's New Year, but the pandemic is still here. And in Manila alone, we're still on lockdown technically. So it's tougher right now to actually go in and out of the city, at least during this time, because of after the holidays. And so, what do you think? I mean, talk to our audience and tell them how the show and watching the show can actually help them with their daily activities or their daily lives.
Okay. Well, your mental attitude is based off of your inner attitude, okay? So whatever you feel on the inside is really what you're projecting out. Your fears, your anxiety, your happiness, your joy, whatever it is, it's all coming from the inside. So with mental shift, what I do is, yes, I have a big story on why I had my mental shift, but because I have that big story, I use it for all the smaller ones. And then when I have my guests come on, you can see the different aspects of what people have gone through, be it big or small. So like when the pandemic happened, we were all locked down around the world, right? Even here in Colorado, we were locked in, and people were like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm locked in my house. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't handle this. And my perspective that I'm giving again is, if this happened to us 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we wouldn't have internet. We wouldn't have had this ability to talk and still have, let's say, TNC, to see each other's faces and talk. We would have had our landlines, right? Or we wouldn't even have cell phones back to 20 years ago. So think of all the benefits we have that this hit us in a time period where we can be separated, but yet together at the same time. I mean, so look for the good and all the bad. And when the pandemic happened, when people were locked up, I said, they're like, why aren't you panicking? Why aren't you upset? I said, I'm a cancer patient. I've been told, stay away from crowds, watch out for germs, or you're going to die. Wear a mask when you go out in public. Those of us who've gone through major health challenges already know this. So when I saw the world going through it, I went, good. Maybe this will be the wake-up call for everyone to realize that life is too precious to be squandering with hatred and anger and angst. And to be alive, to be locked up was probably one of the best gifts, because it made us all look at our lives a little differently and readjust and decide, what do we want in our life and what do we not want in our life. So in mental shift, you will see every day something that will inspire you, words that you can take home and bring back into your life. And think of yourself as a toddler learning something new. Every time you come on to TNC in general, you'll learn a little bit of something that you can incorporate into your life and make yourself a better version of you and be unapologetic about it every day.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Oh, who took the screenshot? Somebody took a screenshot. But anyway, Michelle, makes me even more excited about the show, to be honest. So I will be one of those who will for sure regularly watch your show because it's really tough right now, and
You
even
watch?
tougher right now. Yes, I
You
will
watch?
watch it.
No, I mean you. You have been watching all shows on
Yeah, I
TNC
know,
app.
but this one is, because sometimes, and yeah, I know, but this is really something, because sometimes, Lloyd, to be honest, I watch even the replays of the shows. So I really do, because there are times when, you have to watch a certain episode twice so that you will understand what exactly, some people are, what exactly you will get out of it. And I just feel that this is, although all the shows that we have can be, it's never outdated, so people can still watch it at any time or any day, anytime they want. But I just feel that this particular um topic, Lloyd, that Michelle will
Yeah,
expound on the show is really something that a lot of people need right now.
yeah.
It's
And
not
then,
even a want, it's
yeah,
really a need right now.
mental shift is never going to go out of fashion, right? I mean, ever since time immemorial, it's always have been there. But I think this is again what you said, Apple. This is the best time really to highlight it because the world is changing. It has changed. It continues to change, and uh, uh, it will always change in the future. That's why the shift in mentality and the way we view things are really important, whether it's with or without pandemic, right, Michelle?
Exactly. I mean, and one of the reasons I was excited about bringing Mental Shift onto TNC is because people are like, oh, 221, everything's going to be gone. Everything's going to be. I'm like, nothing changes until we make a change. We can't just sit here and wait for the new year. Poof, everything's good again. Same thing with your life. You can't just, okay, I'm wishing for a better life and wait. You must take action. So that's why the other thing about mental shift is you'll see people, examples of people who take action, who did little steps at a time. If you look at my past, if you look on my website, my name, look at my website or look on me on social media, Lloyd, when you met me, I did not look like this.
Yeah, that's why when we see each other again,
I saw the photos.
I thought I thought I remember you from somewhere.
I used to look like I could have been my mother or something, right? But
Right.
the thing is when you make intentional actions every day in your life to make yourself better, it could be something as simple as not putting sugar in your coffee, and then the next day you don't eat one extra slice of pandesal. Such little steps change your entire world. I have dropped 200 pounds, 240 pounds.
Oh
And
my
it's,
gosh.
yeah,
Hashtag goals.
2 humans, right? Maybe 3 Filipino women, right? So I lost a lot of weight because I found me. So that's also part of the mental shift is you can change your world by changing this. And it all starts in here. And that's why I wanted Mental Shift on TNC, because I wanted it to reach more people. I want more people to see these stories of, that's that lady. She can do it. She's different from me. I can't do it. But if you see every show on my show, someone who just like you, or someone who, everyday people can make an everyday change. It's up to us. It's our choice to make a better world. And it starts with the man in the mirror, right? It starts with us.
Yeah.
And that's really what mental
And
shift
it's always mind over matter, right? Whatever it seems like, whatever you
Yeah.
position your mind on, and whatever you believe in, it's really gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And
If you think positively, things will be positive for you, right?
it's a song, Mind Over Matter. I think I heard that.
It's another song, but I don't know the
Mind
lyrics.
Over Matter of the Heart or something. I don't know. But I heard that. Yeah, and the biggest fight is there. I mean, inside the head, right? I mean, if you lose in here, practically you lose the fight. If you lose, I mean, not if you lose your mind, but if the battle in the mind is lost, and practically everything else is lost. Okay, I'm going to
Whether
pause
you
for
guys
another.
admit, Lloyd, wait, before you will call pa for a commercial. Okay,
Oh,
fine.
yes. And also, do I call
Yeah.
the
All
commercial?
right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so do I call the commercial? Yes.
Yes, go.
Okay, don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. The big picture on TNC will return with our guest for tonight, Michelle Mras, and our special guest, Apple Manasara. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Stay on our stream. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Tonight is the launch of TNC's newest addition to our inspirational channel, Mental Shift, with Michelle Mras, live streaming from Colorado. But before I bring our guests for tonight, I would like to say hi to our viewers, Bolet Ferrer, Mayan, Annalyn, Brian, Swanson is watching, host Shane, Jacking, of course, my mom is watching. My mom and my dad are watching from Australia. Si Guy, nandito rin, si Rosemary, si Jobs, Maureen, Jenna, Winwin, and Josephine Ramos, and many others. I cannot mention all your names, but thank you so much for watching. See, Coach Ellen Perez is saying congratulations. Ellen Perez is host of TNC's Women at Work. So congratulations daw, Michelle. Okay, so let's bring in our guests for tonight, Michelle Mras and Apple Manansala, to officially welcome again our
Yes.
TNC.
So I will be left. Okay.
There you go. So we have practically explained to the audience what the expectations are in our show. My question is, if you are going to have a sort of a guest that you thought that's the guest of all guests in your show, who would that be?
Actually, he's on the show in February. The guest of all guests for me, his name is Dr. Paul Sheely, and he is from a thing called Sheely Learning. He's my guest of all guests because he is what helped me get out of my own head. When I was going through all my different trials, I went to a retreat at his place out in Minneapolis, and the way he works with your mind and your mentality shifted my entire life. And so my guest of all guests is Dr. Paul Sheely. He will be on February, I want to say February 8th, but it might be February 9th. And I'm excited to have him because he's my mentor, he's my coach, and he saved me in a part of my life where it could have been very dark. And
Wow.
He brought light.
Wow, that could be so interesting to watch. I mean,
Wait.
the moment.
Can't wait for that episode. And of course the other, the episode, especially the episode tonight your time, and tomorrow morning our time. So as you know, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a privilege for us to have Michelle right now because it's actually 4 a.m., right? we're
Well, now
in
it's 5 a.m.
It's already 5 a.m. and she will have to rest for the whole day because she will be having her premiere episode tonight, her time at 7:30. Michelle, just last question from me. I just want to ask for someone like you, have been through a lot, and I know you're also busy right now, and you're also, in a lot of, this COVID has really brought us to a lot of adjustments as well. What kind of preparation do you still do for something like a live stream show like this? Because I know you're already doing something before.
Yeah, I
And
mean, the partner, I just sent a comment. Can we show the comment again? Yeah, so excited for Michelle's new show. That's Denim and Pearls. I think
That's my other podcast. That's my podcast.
yeah. Thanks for having her on.
My partner, Brian Swanson, we do Denim and Pearls. Yes.
Lloyd, I was just gonna say thank you for allowing her to be on the new channel. It's a privilege for us. And Lloyd, one of our hosts is also commented something there, like Erwin Ursua says, "Congratulations, Michelle," and yeah, congrats, Ma'am Michelle Mras.
You will meet the other 35 hosts of TNC in a exclusive.
When I'm listing them out tonight.
Yeah, tonight, maybe after or before. So anyway, going back to my question, what kind of preparation do you still do?
I still do preparation like I do for my speeches. I'm always brainstorming like Lloyd. So as an inspirational international speaker, we have ideas, points, and then we have little trees of what we want to say around them. And I do that same thing for every show, every podcast, where we brainstorm of, what idea do you have around that? Why is that important? What will that bring to the audience, and how will they grow? So it's really never about me or about us. It's about them. What are they going to take away? How are we going to enhance their life in some little small way or in some big way? And so that's the preparation. It's all a mental game. And I take a lot of notes and I draw pictures because I'm a visual person. And I prepare for what can I give to them in this time when they need it. And I say that, but it's kind of up in the air because I'll wake up with a feeling, and that's what I'll change my topic to. So that's the other thing. Like tonight, my first guest, I specially invited him. He's my boss. He was my boss when I first started working. When I moved to Colorado, I was working as an examiner, and he's the one who said, "Why are you an examiner? You should be, working with me. There's something else you should be doing." And so he brought me with him in the auctioneering world. So it's been really fun. And I want you to meet him because he's the reason I like microphones. Oh. Here, and he handed me the microphone, and I was on stage. He handed me the microphone. He said, "Close out the auction." And I went, da 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 da. I like this. Wow. So I brought him on so he can explain who I used to be. I was pretty shy, and to who I am now.
But it's also interesting, Apple. If I can just say this, because again, the mentality right there is a shift in mentality. I mean, in totality, because when you do a show, it's really not about you. It's about the audience and the value that you can give to them. And some other people who are doing live streaming, it makes them about them, the centerpiece of everything, but it's really not. And when you start thinking about the audience, the people you would like to give value to, and then you start this preparation and many things, many painful things, if I may say that, in order for you to give them the best of your performance, right?
I know, just like how high your energy is, considering
I ate a lot of chocolates because of the traffic jams.
I was going to comment on Michelle's first episode, and I said I'm not going to ask it now, but I'm going to ask it on your episode anyway, because I'm so interested. Because you said, I just like it that you're gonna you have actually invited, and you're gonna honor the first kind of like person who gave you a good break, right? Because you said you're an examiner, and then so that's already a learning right there. That time should just give us a chance to have better relationship with people. And I'm so interested what kind, how long of a time this has been, like your first job or your first break, and to now. But of course, don't answer that.
Okay.
Let's invite everybody to watch your show so that we will all learn about it, because I'm sure you guys are going to reminisce a lot about that, and that's very inspiring for me. Not a lot of people who are watching us tonight, I'm sure, still has very good relationship with their first bosses. So I think that in itself is already a learning, right?
He's not my first boss. He's my first boss in Colorado.
Yeah. Let's bring in. Let's bring in the boss. Director. Let's bring in the boss. No, not in here because it will be tonight. But
just the poster of the boss.
Yeah, the poster of the boss. There you go.
Yeah, you have to think the mental shift I had. I went from I was a quality examiner, so I used to sit behind the scenes. I never did anything out in front of anyone because I was afraid of it. But when he made me go on that stage with that microphone, I realized the thing I was afraid of was actually the thing I loved the most. And I didn't know it. So that's one of the other trainings and teachings I do is the thing you fear the most is the one you need to walk towards, because you fear it because you care so much about it. If he had not handed me that mic that night, I would not be doing what I do today. I would be still a quality examiner for the state of Colorado.
My gosh, Lloyd, that's just a miracle right there. I mean, while listening to you, that's very inspiring. I think your show is a good contribution to what we already have right now, fulfilling the promise, that just by watching the show you will be able to inspire, and you'll be able
this is going across many continents as well. So one of the continents is India.
I've got a big following in India.
And Scotland and many other, because as an international motivational speaker, Michelle travels also a lot, especially prior to COVID. And I think there are people there who can also get inspiration from the show. For sure, the following will be crazy.
Well, I wanted my followers to see where I'm from. I wanted them to come to the Philippines because they do, oh, you're an American. I do, well, I'm an American, but I consider myself more Filipina than American. I grew up in the Philippines. Yes, I don't speak the language anymore, but when you're surrounded by English, you lose your language because you don't hear it. And so it's a twofold. I'm actually going to be learning all of this chat in Tagalog behind here because I need to remember my own language.
Can I just say, I'm sure those people who are watching us tonight live, and those who will be able to watch this, who have not seen you online, will be just as in awe as I was when I learned that you were actually a Filipina. I don't even see any hint at all until you told me.
I'm half.
And Lloyd verified and told me that yes, she is. I was like, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I grew up on Clark.
Pampanga, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking twice when I first met her. I was thinking like, really a Filipina, or I was as confused as you were. So
let's all excite ourselves even more by watching Mental Shift.
Okay, so
we call in
final message final message for Michelle, and then we're going to talk separately, and then you can do your chores.
Okay.
And then I close the show.
Michelle, again, thank you so much for being on the show. As you see, we're also adjusting because it's an early morning show for you. It's my first time to be on live also. For 2021. So it's been a few weeks of break. Lloyd's first time was yesterday, so he's just ahead of us by 1 day.
How do you call it? Like you shake the rust.
You're rusty.
again. So thank you again so much, Michelle. It's an honor for us to be trusted by someone like you. I'm sure a lot of Filipinos and a lot of Filipinos, not just in the Philippines and around the world, and even non-Filipinos will learn a lot from your show, especially hearing from you. It's jaw-dropping right now listening to you, and I'm sure so much more if they allow themselves to be on stream for like an hour in a week, just to be able to experience you and how they will learn and inspire from your own experiences and the experiences of those that will guest from your show. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's all welcome Michelle Mras with her new show, Mental Shift. And of course, Michelle, please have this we would like to give you this opportunity to invite everybody who's watching to please watch the new show on the new channel, which is your show, of course.
Yes. Everyone out there watching and listening, please share this because you want to invite your friends to watch Mental Shift on TNC on 10:30 a.m. Philippine time Wednesday, or in the U.S. Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You will always be entertained. I am very high energy, and my guests are phenomenally in whatever they do, and very, very interesting conversations. We have a good time, and I hope you will join me, and I hope you say some hellos in the chat and get to know each other a little better over the next 10 seasons that are coming up, right, Lloyd?
All right, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Okay, so thank you so much, Apple, for welcoming our guest for tonight. I mean, host.
Thank you, Lloyd. Congratulations again on season 10. And of course, Michelle, we look forward to not just season 1, but season 10 and more also for Mental Shift. Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Tomorrow for you. See you tonight for everyone else.
It's Michelle. It's a number to beat. 10 seasons in a row. But I have a final question before I let you go. Having your own show, and this is not just a show. This is a show that is so formal and professional that you will be really seen as if you're doing a television show. But all things considered, things that are happening right now, the shifts that are going on, the changes that we are all experiencing, what do you think is the big picture, which many people don't see, that you see?
The big picture that's going on right now that everyone we're all experiencing, but that I see that the world is not as broken as we think it is. I believe that we all, like I say, it starts on the inside. It's a choice that we all decide to make. Whatever you see on the news, whatever you see, don't believe it. Feel your heart. Do you truly believe that the world is falling apart? Do you really believe that, COVID's going to, destroy your life? Whatever it is, it's all inside of you. You have to change your mindset. So your mental shift will shift your morning, your day, your life. It's up to you. So what I see is the possibility and the beauty of being the best version of you every day, dominoing, affecting that beauty to the world around you, and becoming unapologetic about who you are, what you stand for, and what you will become.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I let you go again, let's watch for another time the opening billboard of Mental Shift with Michelle Mras. There you go. Mental Shift. The world premiere will be tonight there, I think in Colorado, the 5th January 2021, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Of course, atin po ay bukas po itong umaga. Yan, nagtatagalog na ako. Bukas po ng umaga, alas 10:30 ng umaga. Nalilito na rin tuloy ako sa Tagalog. But Michelle, thank you so much for this opportunity. Again, we officially welcome you to the TNC family. May God bless you and all the best in your show. Can't wait to see everything that's going to happen. Surprise us.
Oh, you wait. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. I like that. You wait.
You wait.
We will. Thank you so much. Michelle Mras is host of TNC's upcoming show, Mental Shift. That's all the time that we have for tonight. We'd like to thank our presenter, Puzzle Box BPO Inc., also sponsored by Mr. Rice, Life. Maraming salamat po, Unisol, for your trust on our show. Thank you so much, everyone. Those who have watched and seen this show, maraming salamat. Keep on sharing our live stream shows on TNC. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another inspirational episode of The Big Picture. Meantime, please stay tuned because Money and More on TNC is next at 8:30 p.m. Good night, everyone, and always enjoy. Bye.